At 11:59 p.m. on April 16th, myself and 4 of my suite mates were finally allowed back into our dorm following a 10-day quarantine as close contacts to someone who had tested positive for COVID-19. So we all moved home, back to the mills. The following morning, after a single night back in our own beds, and despite 5 negative tests while in isolation, one of these suite mates tested positive. We expected this would mean we were being sent back from whence we came.
Yes, hi, Alyssa. I'm calling from Health and Wellness. I need to speak to you right away regarding a close contact of your roommate.
Is it a Saturday?
It is.
What a Saturday. What a Saturday.
The first call we received was from Health and Wellness. The second was from Housing to discuss our options. We were given 30 minutes to pack our belongings, everything we would need for another 10-day staycation, and head outside to wait for a police escort. The 3 of us, who were once again close contacts, opted to stay in Babcock Hall. Ian, the one who tested positive, chose to go home rather than live among the sick in Adams Tower. It was Ian's roommate who sent us into quarantine the first time around, and during his stay in Adams Tower, he had a pretty rough time.
He was like, oh fuck, I can't breathe. And he called an ambulance to come bring him to the hospital. He had severe pneumonia. He was in there for 4 days. Didn't tell any of us until he got out today at 3:30.
It's very Joe-like.
Right? Yeah. His parents couldn't go see him because they had COVID too, plus they don't even let anyone in. So, yeah.
One van escorted Ian to his car to make sure he didn't take a taxi or an Uber and potentially infect anyone else, while another took the 3 of us to Babcock Hall. By now, we had all received emails detailing our upcoming stay. Emails we had all also received the week prior, during our last day. They explained the rules of Babcock, how we could leave whenever we wished as long as we had a place to quarantine elsewhere, how to order food, when and where to drop off COVID tests, and of course, what our room numbers would be.
We got that key box open. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and 205.
205.
All right. There's 225.
When we arrived, we were given our keys and a bag of linens with sheets and towels. We were all on the second floor, and to my knowledge, the men were in the left wing of the building, the women in the right. It was unclear if there were any accommodations for individuals who don't belong to either of these genders. Regardless, this separation meant this would be the last I see of Jaden. The rooms were standard singles. We each had our own desk, dresser, closet, bed, mini fridge, and control over AC and heat. Everyone was given their own case of 24 water bottles, along with a little bag of snacks. On the first day of quarantine, everyone gets stuck with the chef's choice, but from there on out, you get to choose from a wide variety of options on the breakfast, lunch, and dinner menus. Meals are served 2 times a day, lunch at noon, and dinner, along with breakfast for the following day, between 5 and 6 p.m. There is a place on the menu for you to note dietary restrictions, and you can order up to 1 serving of anything on the menu. I took advantage of this by finessing as much soda as I could out of the deal. Every meal, I ordered a Coke and a Sprite. The food was left in front of our doors, the main course in a tray, and any snacks or desserts in a bag next to it. Once the whole meal was accounted for, they would knock on our doors to let us know. The lounges were all closed, and instead their sole purpose became housing the trash that none of us were allowed to take outside. On the first floor, there were linen baskets where we were expected to leave the sheets and towels that were loaned to us upon our arrival. The laundry rooms were open for 1 person to use at a time, and there was a cooler set up as a drop box for us to leave our COVID tests, which we were required to take twice during our 10-day stay. Also stationed on the first floor and within eyesight of the drop box and all the entrances.
My name is Ryan and I work for the police department. Right now, we take care of the students, making sure that they have 24/7 monitoring of the building, and if they get locked out of their rooms, or making sure other people aren't coming into the building, so mitigating the COVID pandemic right now.
Of course, there is the fenced-in area with chairs that you are more than welcome to relax in and visit people not confined to their rooms. But thank goodness, all bad things do come to an end, for soon we were moving out and returning our keys and waiting for another police escort to take us back to Mills for what will hopefully be the last time.